Okay, here we go, guys. Game number 2 of the Bull King Cup set of games between Xiaofan and Whoop. We've got a Vikings war on, I think it's islands. I think these extra pieces mean that this is islands, but I bet you it's in Chinese here. I don't even think that's Chinese. I don't know what language that is. Anyway, we're going to see a water map, so that's going to be fun. Both players choosing the Vikings here. We are playing AOC. These games were said to be HD games, but I'm pretty sure they're AOC from the first match, and the fact that we're watching on Voobly here. Okay, let's just check this out. Xiaofan on the left in the red. Spoiler alert, losing game 1 after having a pretty nice advantage in the early game. Whoop there did get the win with some really nice play. Kind of walled up, boomed, and did the Eagle meta a little better than his opponent. Game number 2, there will not be any Eagle Warriors. We've got Vikings, we've got a water map, and we've got basically 2 islands that are incredibly close together. We'll see if this game lasts very long. I think the first person to get an advantage on the water is probably going to be able to get an easy win. Let's see. Xiaofan scouting around with sheep at the moment. Blue player will be Mr. Whoop. Whoop up 1-0 for now. Has the main gold on the front. Pretty nice wood line here that should keep him afloat for a while. Luring in boars with the scout. Not uncommon to see on water maps because what else is your scout really going to do? Your island's so small that your scout can only do so much. Yeah, a couple extra gold piles, a golden stone to the north. Nothing's really close to the water there for the blue player. Xiaofan, though, has a little bit of a different story. This gold pile, it can be mined. I don't think it's going to be harassed hardcore from the water, but that could happen. As far as fishing goes, the northern part of the map is the best part. A couple extra gold piles on this island as well. I would say the blue side of the map is a little better for fishing. This spot right here is maybe the densest patch of fish on the whole map. Relics are three on the blue island, 2 on the red island, so a little advantage there for Whoop as well. I would say all in all, a minor advantage goes to Whoop here on this map generation. Anyway, since these games were played a few days ago, we can speed them up a wee bit and let these guys get into motion. I think it's going to be a relatively fast feudal time with a little bit of a fish boom going with some galleys, a couple docks. Should be pretty straightforward meta. Dave dropping the link in the chat. Thanks, my friend. Check out the YouTube of Dave. 50,000 views. That's impressive, dude. I can tell you that is impressive. I've put a lot of videos up, and I think I've got maybe something like 10 to 15,000, maybe 15,000. You are 3 times the man I am, at least, probably 4. Anyway, players just continuing to boom up. We do hear a dock now coming down from Whoop. Whoop, where's your dock? Whoop's dock is out here on the front. Gonna build some fishing ships. That's an aggressive dock location. Terrible area to fish. Yeah, there's a couple fish, but just really an aggressive spot. And he's immediately going to get out a fishing ship, and yeah, he's going to start fishing. I thought he might do some scouting here. He's taking shorefish. That's a really interesting decision. I thought he might scout around with that first ship. Whoop, at the moment, is not doing that. Red player, Xiaofan, has a fishing ship out as well, and he's also taking shorefish. Okay. Well, that's what happens when you dock the worst part of the map, but it is the best part of the map if you're going to be aggressive with your navy. So, nothing too crazy here. Whoop is scouting around with that fishing ship to try to find a better spot to fish, but he's still going to have to take the shorefish on the side. A little bit slower and less effective, but it's all good in the hood. Xiaofan housed for just a split second, but it's fine. Both players are probably going to be pushing deer in a moment. Whoop is not busy with his scout, focusing somewhere else, I suppose. Xiaofan is still working his way around the map and getting an idea of what he's working with. Feudal Age is coming, though, from Whoop. Okay, Xiaofan is just going to be about 10 seconds behind, no big deal. Xiaofan will have the extra villager. Did anybody loom? Xiaofan loomed, and so did Whoop. Okay. Looming on a map like this getting loom on a map like this is an interesting decision because your villagers should not be in trouble until late in the game, if ever. And getting up a little earlier can help you get your galley production going faster. So I'm surprised to see those guys loom. But to be honest, I am a complete noob, especially compared to these guys. So if they're doing it, it must have some positive purpose. Maybe it adjusts their karma. 4 villagers on gold for the red player, who's dropped 2 docks on the front. Blue player has 2 docks down and will add in a third. Feudal Age comes in, 4 villagers on gold as well for Whoop. Whoop-de-whoop at the moment is queuing galleys, not too surprising. 3 dock galleys for the blue player. He's going to be out in front of Xiaofan by a bit. Not a huge amount, but a bit. Docks are so darn close together that it actually could matter. 10-second difference is kind of a big deal when you're this close. First couple galleys come out though from Xiaofan. They head north, and it looks like Whoop will be just fine. Xiaofan needs to garrison this next galley, I would think, or risk. Yeah, here we go. He's going to bring in his navy. 2 fishing ships going down immediately. 3rd galley comes out for the red player. I was worried about that 3rd red ship getting cut off from the pack. 4th dock coming down now from Whoop, and Whoop is he's going to be matched by a 4th dock from Xiaofan, but he's just a couple of seconds faster on everything right now. It's giving him a nice advantage, able to kill a couple fishing ships really, really early. Fish at the moment, just 2 fish for Xiaofan. Whoop's got 4. That's going to help his economy as the game moves forward. The blue docks spread to the south. It's kind of a natural way for them to spread, but because of that, these fishing ships are actually a lot more efficient. They're much closer to the big fish than the initial dock was. This initial dock, for fishing purposes, was not so sexy. Let's see, Xiaofan at the moment 1 ship behind. Blue player is neither player having fletching at the moment. Probably cannot afford the blacksmith just yet. But they will eventually get a blacksmith, and who gets it first will be pretty meaningful. Looks like Xiaofan putting that smith up now. Oop, Whoop's already got his up, so fletching on the way for Whoop. Whoop is just 1 step ahead of his opponent. Maybe 10 seconds quicker to the feudal age, 10 seconds quicker to getting his 3rd dock up, 10 seconds quicker to the 4th. You get it. 10 seconds, a lot of things, okay? And now he will be ahead on fletching by quite a lot. Xiaofan is going to identify this and retreat, but here's those reinforcements getting picked off for really cheap. It's really tough on water maps. When your new ships come out, if they're cut off from the main group, they get chewed up for so cheap. If Zero Empires was here, he would say something like, oh, it's Feynman's principle of mathematical relativity in battle, or some shit like that. But yeah, I mean, 3 ships kill 1 ship really, really effectively. You don't even lose half health on a ship when you have 3 versus 1. At the moment, it is going to be Whoop with a... actually, military numbers are even, but it feels like Whoop here has a nice advantage. He's killed his opponent's fish. He's 5 villagers ahead. We're probably having to see a little bit of idle time on the TC from Xiaofan. But look at this. Xiaofan will expand himself to a new island. Got to be careful here. Oh boy, he's got to be careful here. Holy sweet Jesus. An entire navy is crawling. Oh man, they're going to miss the transport ship by a fraction. It looks like the red player deleted it, but he landed the wrong island. I mean, if you want 2 piles of stone, this is a great island for you. But this was meant to be an offensive push. Xiaofan dropped the villagers off, deleted the transport, so his opponent would be none the wiser. The problem is that he landed an island with 3 trees, a cactus, and 2 piles of stone. That is really not his intention. Oh boy, that's a really tough one. Xiaofan just doesn't know enough about the map. I don't think he knew that this wasn't connected. He's going to GG out of this game. I'm pretty sure he landed this top side and assumed it was connected. I don't think he had this part of the map revealed at the time. And that is a pretty hilarious way for this game to end. Xiaofan going with the kind of somewhat desperate tactic of building a few archers and trying to land your opponent's island and build up a forward and do some damage. It does actually look like Whoop was ready with a couple of archers of his own. But yeah, I mean, this just did not work at all for Xiaofan. Oh man, I really feel for him. You know, he went the extra mile. He had the right strategy to try to get himself back in the game. He landed what, if you had Fog of War on right here, you would think, okay, this is like the very tip of my opponent's island. It's perfect. And that is just a really unfortunate assumption. Anyway, that is all for game number 2 of this set. For the YouTubers, goodbye.